Welcome to this soothing and guided meditation that is especially for you if you feel overwhelmed, if you simply have too much to do and maybe not enough time for yourself, because we are going to be using some visualization that will really help you to put things into perspective so you don't have to feel overwhelmed again. And when you do find yourself in that space, you can always come back here. If you want, you can put this meditation into your playlist so you always remember. This is one of my favorite distinctions that we're going to be talking about, or that I'm going to be guiding you in. It's very simple, very powerful, and the reason why I'm making this meditation for you today is because when we don't put things into perspective or we feel too overwhelmed to do so, we just feel lost in overthinking, in being stressed, and not really having enough clear and inspiring thoughts for ourselves to really be resourceful and creative to navigate through whatever situation that you are going through. Oh, there's a little gecko that agrees with what I'm saying, so I just want to invite you to find a really comfortable and peaceful place to be in. And I'm going to have a little incense for you, and let's get started with this. Okay, so I hope that you are lying down or sitting down if you want. And as I said, today I'm gonna take you on a little visualization. And for that, I really want you to really relax your body so you feel that at least for the next few moments you really have your own space, and this place is just for you. It's completely yours, so you can focus on that which really matters. And I have this incense, I'm just going to move it here. And for now, just really feel your body and what it feels like this moment. Just do a little check-in. How are you feeling energetically and emotionally? Take all the energy from your thinking into simply feeling the sensations in your body and seeing what the emotions are. What is your state? And I want to simply invite you to let it be exactly as it is, without the need to try to change it, because that's not necessary. Simply notice for now. And also notice how good it is to finally do nothing and to do this productive postponing. And I want you to simply start relaxing your body. Simply make it very heavy, as if it was glued to the mattress. Your head is glued to the pillow, and your shoulders are glued. Your whole back is becoming completely heavy. Your arms are so heavy as if they were made of stone. Your belly is soft, and with each breath it's becoming also very heavy in its own way. Your facial muscles are becoming heavy as well, releasing all the tension. And your legs and your feet are relaxing as well. Your knees are relaxed, and your toes on your feet perhaps have a little tingly sensations on them. And also relax your fingers and your palms of your hands. Maybe even those are a little tingly when you focus on just feeling them and letting them be so heavy, and instructing them that there's nothing they have to do anymore. Simply arriving to where you are, and in this beautiful relaxed space, I want you to invite you to simply imagine that you are walking on the beach. And you can close your eyes or leave them open and just let them close naturally whenever they want. But in your mind's eye, imagine that you are walking in the garden. I changed my mind. Let's go in the garden. A beautiful garden, one of the most beautiful, epic gardens you've ever seen. All the trees and all the flowers are just beautifully kept and just beaming with colors. And you smell various scents of all these flowers that are still open but are slowly closing down as they are preparing for sleep. And as you are walking through this garden with your bare feet and feeling the cooling grass underneath your feet, right in front of you, you notice something very unusual. On the ground, lying a very unusual piece of fruit. You have never seen a fruit like that before. So you're coming a little closer and closer, and you are looking at the colors. Perhaps they are very strange. You're looking at the shape of this fruit, and you have never seen anything like this before. Nothing like this before. And you look at the tree where it came from, and you raise your gaze and you see the most beautiful tree. That's just has these most beautiful leaves of the most beautiful green color, sparkling with drops of rainwater. And you know beyond shadow of doubt that this is the most delicious fruit. And so you pick it up and you see that it's been just washed by the raindrops. And as you are slowly walking through this garden, you simply take a bite. Take a bite of this exotic fruit, which has this most amazing soft texture. And perhaps this fruit is very small, maybe just one bite. And just enough to simply taste it, enough to simply make a connection with your senses, with your smell. It smells like a flower almost. And when you make this connection, you immediately feel that something has shifted inside of you. Suddenly you feel so relaxed, as if this fruit was giving you all these nutritions and more than that, as if it was giving you more life force. And you also notice that there is a seed inside of this fruit, and not just one, not just two, but 3 seeds. And so now you're holding these 3 seeds in your hand, and you wonder what you're gonna do with them. And you keep walking in this garden, just taking a couple more steps, just to feel the beautiful sensations underneath your feet. And just around the corner, made of a bush, you see there is 3 pots. Maybe used to be flowers in them, or maybe baby trees, who knows. 3 different pots. And as you feel tired, you sit down right next to those pots, and you notice that they are filled with the most beautiful dark soil, very inviting. And so you don't hesitate. You simply put all 3 seeds into each of the pots. And gently push them in, just enough so they're like right inside of this soil, which is nice and cool. And then you notice that there are 3 words on each of these pots. The first pot is called yours. The second pot is called others. And the last one is called God. And you have the urge, you have this feeling that you should be watering these seeds to see what will come out. I mean, you've never seen anything this strange before. But there is no water. And as you're sitting there, you're noticing that this is a very magical garden. And because it's a very magical garden, you realize or notice, or simply give yourself permission to notice just now as I'm saying it and guiding you, that there is magic water made of thoughts, made of thinking in this whole garden. And so the seeds need you to water them. And perhaps you can think back in your day or in your week, and anytime any thoughts pop up, anytime any stories pop up, simply notice, is this story or these thoughts are yours? They are about others, or they are about something that's simply completely out of your control. So we call this the God's business. So in a way, each part is, the first one is your business, the second one is other people's business, and the third one is God's business. And when you're thinking about yourself and what you really want to do, or simply it starts to rain water out of nowhere, and it goes straight into the first pot. When you start thinking about other people, maybe judging them or thinking what they think or how they should behave, or maybe they should understand a little bit better, or maybe trying to convince them about something in your head, maybe trying to look like a really good person for them just in your thinking. Anytime you're thinking about others in this way, there's water starts coming out from the sky or who knows where else, and it goes into the second pot. And now, anytime, and here now it starts to rain, and so anytime, what a good timing, this was really unexpected by the way, but I always welcome these unexpected sound effects, especially when they come in the right time like this one. And the third pot, there is this third pot that has your seed in it, but this pot is God's business. This is the most interesting, maybe. It is when your thoughts are simply about how things should be in the world, things that have nothing to do with you, things completely out of your control, things about the future, things that really cannot be predicted, because life is completely mysterious and it works in a very mysterious way. Perhaps thoughts about how anything should happen or how fast it should happen in your life. All these thoughts that are God's business belong to the third pot. And as you can hear, now it's raining quite profusely. And sometimes we are not even aware of all of these thoughts. And as you are sitting there and simply watching this interesting and mysterious unfolding, what happens to those seeds? Surely enough, they start to come out as a little sprout, and they start to bloom. And they start to bloom, and they are blooming into some sort of a plant or a tree. But when you look very closely at these pots, you realize that the second and the third, they don't have any bottom. And it doesn't matter how much water you pour in with your thinking, how many thinking you do, how much overthinking you do, but all of these other influences, all the water just goes through. And then there is simply not much left to water your pot. And when you are focused on your pot, on what do you want, what inspires you, and not what you want sometime in the future once you have certain things or certain people in your life. It's what do you want now, in each moment. Those simple things that come from noticing and truly being with yourself and connection to your true self. And so you're noticing that these seeds are growing quite fast, all of them. And you're noticing that even though you are never watering the second or the third, because they're just doing their own things without your influence, all these plants are simply growing, and they are growing and growing. But your business is really only about the first one. And when you are with your seed, you're realizing or noticing how beautifully it grows. All these unexpected leaves that you never knew that you had in that one. And you're also noticing that all your overwhelm and simply too much to do, perhaps not enough time, is because too many thoughts go to other people or to things that are out of your control. And thanks God. What a relief. So just come back, connecting with yourself, noticing that when you are overwhelmed, it's all about your focus, maybe, and that your thoughts really, or that your seed really need your water. And it's so effortless as you are sitting there in this beautiful garden under a huge banana tree with the waterproof big leaves. Even though it's raining, you decide to lie down in this beautiful and warm tropical rain. And you know that everything is already taken care of. After all, none of these thoughts might be yours anyway. They just might be natural arising just like the trees simply grow without your help, just like the rain comes down without you doing anything about it, or just like your heart is beating without you having to do anything about it. Perhaps just noticing that your thoughts might not be much different. And as you are relaxing, simply letting this rain come down in its own way. And if you notice any thoughts or any stories, just direct them to go into the pot. Are they inspiring and about what you want? Or are they about others? Then just put them in the second pot. It goes right through, because that one has no bottom. Or if it's about life, what should happen, any ideas that you think will be better than nature does it, than life or God or whatever you call it does it, then that one goes also in the third pot, and it goes right through. And despite all of that, all the plants grow into beautiful, beautiful small trees. And as you are lying down and your eyes are closed, simply noticing the sound of the rain, how effortlessly it's falling down, and how it's falling down on everything in this garden, all the plants and all the trees, except of you, because you are protected by this big, magical, and very caring banana leaf. And relaxing, noticing all the sounds, and letting all the sounds simply come and go, knowing that when you are in your own business, an immense energy just releases, and you might come up with very unexpected ideas, very unexpected things to do, or who knows what else. Noticing that nothing is really overwhelming, because you can only ever focus on one thing at a time. And so just be with that. One thing at a time. Only the present sounds, only the present thought, only the present task, only the present person you're with, or it might just be you. And everything else is happening as a story in your thoughts, and can just notice how it's raining down without you doing anything about it, and it's still unfolding perfectly to support you on your journey in all these mysterious ways, all these unpredictable ways. And watching your seed, your plant, which is your life, growing and blooming in the most unexpected ways, becoming the most unexpected flower, gently relaxing into the sounds, gently relaxing into your breathing, into your own being. Just you, this moment, patiently lovingly, with a sprinkle of self-forgiveness, compassionately, trustingly, sleepingly, gratefully, gracefully, just let it rain. Let it rain. As it will be raining without you letting it, or not anyway. So we may as well just let be what is.